Kate McGuay again, life and business coach for new entrepreneurs. You know, as I said in the last video, a lot of people come to me really burnt out and not sure what to do next. So we went ahead last time and we got a vision for your life, and hopefully you have a pretty good idea of kind of why you're here and what you want to move forward into. Now that we've got some clarity around the what you want, we're going to talk a little bit more about the how to get it, particularly related to business. So the first and absolutely most important lesson that you can learn as a potential entrepreneur or a potential freelancer is that you cannot be successful if you treat your business like a hobby or an extended job search. You have to go into business with the mindset of a business owner. Now, that doesn't mean you have to quit your job and go all in. In fact, I encourage you to stay in your job, or if you're really burnt out so that you can't work, find a different job that at least supports your basic expenses. You don't have to quit to start a new business, but you do have to have the mindset that you're starting a business. You're not going to be working on your resume and searching for gigs. You're not going to be looking for temporary jobs. You are starting a business, and it is not a hobby. This is not something that you can do when you feel like it or when you are inspired. If you want to run a business, you need to take consistent actions and you need to do them regularly. It doesn't have to be full-time. You can start with just a few minutes every day, but you do need to be consistently working on your business. Starting a business takes hard work and smart investment. You've got to invest in the right tools and the right systems. That's time, that's money, that's energy, that's coaching. But you've got to create the systems and the success habits you need to move forward in order to ensure your long-term success. You know, personally, I racked up close to $80,000 in student loans and education and a whole lot of consumer debt on different coaching programs and learning programs in order to really get where I wanted to go with my business. It was totally worth it, and I know that as an entrepreneur, my earning limit is not capped by a salary, and so I know that that money was a good investment. But you don't have to do it the hard way. You don't have to rack up $80,000 in student loans the way that I did. I'm going to teach you the right way to start a business. But I do say all of that to reiterate the fact that a lot of new freelancers and a lot of new business owners struggle because they fail to think of their business as something that they need to invest in. They think of it as a hobby. They think if they spend a few hours a week when they are in the mood that they're going to magically build a really solid business. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. So let's discuss the basics of business. So there are really 4 key aspects of business that you need to be aware of if you're considering starting a new freelance business. There is marketing, there's sales, there's operations, and then there's kind of finance and everything else. And I put everything else in a bucket because that's, from a freelance perspective, you're not going to spend a lot of time on that area. It's going to be a minor piece of your business. The most important aspect of your business is going to be marketing and sales. Operations is what you do, and I know you're already good at that, so we're not going to spend too much time there either. So marketing is really about learning who it is that you serve, what sort of problem you can solve for them, how you communicate with them, where you find them, and how you can connect with them. And then from marketing, you move into sales, which is creating value for that same person. So once you've identified that client through the marketing process and you've found them, you've met them online or you've met them on an event, then sales becomes creating value, enough value that they want to hire you. They feel that you can solve the problem that they have better than anybody else. As I said, operations is really just doing the work, and I know you're already good at that. So what you can do, however, is learn to work a little bit smarter. You can create systems that optimize your time. You know, you can learn how to automate some of your building and your processes and the things that you do over and over again, which ultimately unlocks more time, which means you earn more per hour at the end of the day. Most freelancers are really good at the operations piece. It's really not a big issue. You always think you have a problem with operations when you don't have enough business, but that's not what it is. The problem is that you don't know how to market yourself. We as freelancers tend to suck at sales and marketing. So stepping back into marketing for a minute, we'll talk a little bit about what a funnel is, or the life cycle of a client is within the marketing system. So basically a funnel is just how somebody interacts with your brand from the first time that they meet you to the last time that they meet you. So a potential client, let's say, visits your website. That means that they're a prospect. It's they're looking for something that brought them to your website. So maybe they're interested in what you offer, maybe they're not. If they take action and they try to book a call with you, or they join your email list, they sign up for something that you're offering, they then become a lead. That's called lead capture. Once they're a lead, you know that they're interested. They've basically just said, yeah, I'm interested in learning more from you or about your business and potentially moving forward. So now that they're a lead, the next step is to have a conversation and see if you can make a sale, which turns them into a client. And then once they're a client, if you've done your job well enough, which I'm sure you will because you're super talented at what you do, and you make your client happy, they can become the partner. And partners are people that give you referrals, they send more business your way, they share your stuff, they become your raving fans, and they help you ultimately grow your business to the next level. So that's the life cycle, and that is sales and marketing and business creation in a nutshell. It's pretty simple stuff, right? So why do freelancers struggle so much? Well, the main reason that a lot of new freelancers struggle is that they skip the marketing and the sales piece and they try to jump straight into getting clients. They do this by circumventing the system creation. They don't create the tools that build an actual business, and they go straight to the marketplace. They use sites like Upwork or Craigslist to find gigs, and they essentially act as if they're job searching. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with using Upwork for the occasional stuff. It's a great site. There are a lot of other sites out there, freelancers and all of that sort of stuff. And they're a great way to supplement your income, or when you're starting out and you don't have the systems in place. That's one thing. But if you rely on them 100% for your business model, you're never really gonna profit because you're limited by the amount of time you spend bidding for new clients. So it's just not scalable, and you're constantly competing with everybody else on the planet for the same jobs. And because most freelancers do it this way, they end up spending so much time bidding and trying to compete for jobs that they never end up actually building the brand. And then they end up going back and taking a traditional job because it's just easier. So the trick to good marketing is to really know your client, and then to set up the systems that lead your potential clients through to have a conversation with you so that you can make them an offer and convert them into a client. And then you keep them happy and you have them refer more people to you. It's a super simple way to grow your business. So you have to have those systems in place. So in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the marketing piece. I'll see you there.